a black male's perspective, experience, you're going to have the ability to multitask. Make no question about it. And reason why you have to have the ability to multitask, because so much is your responsibility. But in order to be effective at being a great multitasker, is that each thing has to be laid out. To be an effective multitasker, I believe as black men, you should be carrying a book with you at all times, taking notes. I keep a book. I go through a book a year. Sometimes 2 books in a year, sometimes, of notes and tasks. And see, this is what multitasking really truly is to me in its truest form. You got to understand you have an agenda, your purpose. But some things you're not going to get to right away, because some things just not in lining to what you think or what you see. You don't think is working for you, when in fact it can be working for you. But sometimes you have to circle back to it. But if you write the task out, just say for an example, I have my hair care line, I have my audiobooks, I have my videos, I teach classes, courses, my hair videos, my clothing line. But I have an idea of everything that I do. I write scripts out for each thing. Some things I don't get right to it. But in other words, I have a vision for my clothing line. I wrote the script out of what I want. I reach out to models. I reach out to the people that can help me. But if they flake on me, don't show up to the shoots, it's fine, because now I can go work on my vision for my hair shoot. I can write that out to do a quick video about hair. See, that's been on my mind. See, because if the ability to multitask, the way I'm describing it, is that having things on your mind and cemented the task and your purpose in your mind. Because now you become your own purpose. You become that. Your whole essence and being is your purpose. And I hope this is making sense to y'all. So for me, I disagree with when people say that you don't have the ability to multitask. I look at it a different way as multitasking. I have a different definition. And like a lot of YouTubers and a lot of people, like some of my great motivation, I love Jim Rome. I'm just using him as an example. I know that he talks about not being able to, you really can't do it. But I disagree. As black men, you do have that ability. I beg to differ. I hear people that say it, but I beg to differ. Because I had to do it. I had a staff of a lot of women, and when you're working and you have a lot of women, your ability to multitask has to be there. And I know that to be true. I can do hair and talk and be engaged and pick right back up in a conversation. But when you're there, the key is when you're there, be there on focus on what you're doing. So some will argue and say that's not multitasking if you focus on that one thing. That's true. But I believe multitasking, in the perspective that I'm saying it, in my experience, is that you have these multiple things in your head already in line to do. And when you see it, or you can seize the opportunity in alignment of the things you're trying to achieve. That's what I mean. I don't mean just the physical ability. You doing this, I'm doing hair, then I reach over and cut another guy's hair while I get somebody in the chair. No, not that multitasking. No. Multitasking from a superior man standpoint. You have these ideas, you have your book of notes, and you have the ability to multitask and see an opportunity even in an engagement with a person. Because something can come out of that like, damn, this is the person that can help me with I'm having lunch. I'm discussing my business plan for my clothing line. My waiter, she was talking about getting her hair done. I'm like, damn, I do need a model for next Monday because I'm doing my shoot for Monday. Would you be interested in being my model? Oh, sure, that's perfect. That to me is the ability to multitask because it's cemented in your brain. Some will say that's not multitasking, but I say that it is when it comes to that. See, men, black men, you're gods, and we haven't been able to express this in a very, very long time. We used to plan it safe, but that's not what this is about. It's not about playing it safe and putting all your eggs in one basket. That's why it's imperative that you write things out. And I encourage you, when you listen to this, go get yourself a notebook. Start writing things out. It may be hurtful at first if you're not used to doing it and you don't know where to start. But just start writing things out. Trust and believe. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Just write down your ideas. And once you start getting to that conscious flow of your life and your purpose, you'll see what I mean. It gets a lot easier. And you can always refer back to all the things that you jotted out. So the ability to multitask, the key is mapping things out and developing a system of how you operate and cementing things in your being. In your being, you cement your purpose in your being, and everything else will play itself out. Because if you don't have the ability to do that, you will actually be limited. And it goes back to my previous points that nobody will help you. So you're sitting around waiting for somebody to help you. And a lot of people that say that, they still sit around waiting. I found that to be true in my life. People that say, well, you don't have the ability to multitask. Many people have told me that. But those people sit around waiting for me to get some shit done.